and welcome to Coffee and Tools this week. Well, tools and coffee. Let's see if we can combine a few things this week. A couple people have noticed I have a rack back here with some blue cans on it. So what I wanted to show you this week was, I guess, a storage idea, but it involves coffee. So coffee and tools, kind of cool. I get these at the grocery store on a regular basis. These are, I guess, Maxwell House. I buy specifically the one that has the piece at the center, at the back. And it has these nice little, gold sort of, pop lids. Then you can actually sort of, pop them off like that, and they're great for storing, screws, nuts, bolts, small parts, pieces. Or even if you have a project on the go and you need to sort of put it away somewhere just to keep it protected, you can put it in like, one of these really nice little coffee cans. I found them, they've got like, hundreds of great uses for storage. So then you pop that on. Now, once you've got this lid closed up, you can write on the top here, which I have back here. But I go one step even further. I've discovered that a lot of the old CD or DVD racks that, we used to all buy for our homes actually fit these things. So let's take a look at a nice wooden one here. I just picked this one up, and I got this, and this is one of your typical, let's see if we get that in front of the can. This is one of those typical CD storage racks that a lot of people aren't keeping anymore. So a lot of times you can go to these second-hand stores, whatever, and you'll run into these things for $1.50 or a couple dollars. And then you get yourself, if you're drinking coffee like I do, you'll have a lot of these. You'll have a lot of these very quickly. And so what I do is, I found they just sit right inside here really nice. And then, like I said, you can write on the packaging, right on the front. And I have a whole wall of them back here. And I'll add this, of course, beside that rack, and I'll continue my storage. If you wanted to custom make one of these, I guess you could do that. Buy some wood, some doweling. This is just 1/2-inch doweling, and you can see they're set this way, and then you have a piece back here. So we could actually build one of these sets, or build a custom size one if we wanted to get into it a little bit. And the other thing you could do is, I've done it on the wall over here. So we'll take a close look at that right now and just see how these lay up on the wall. Okay, here's a typical coffee rack, or coffee and rack right here. And what I've done is I've actually left the lids off of these so you can actually see inside them. And I've got screws, and keep my dock screwing, or heavy type wood screws in here. And then what I wanted to show you was, see, I labeled them, and I'll just write on them stainless steel accessories, or self-tapping screws in this case. And here's another one, stainless steel, but this is the mechanical nuts and bolts. Or even if you have something like this, where you have, some electrical connectors and you have a lot of them, you just put them in like one of these cans, and then you put them on these old, these are actually, here's a side view so you can really see it. This is just an old CD rack, and this is one way that you could store a lot of stuff in your workshop or your wood shop, whatever. And look at this, all the way up towards the ceiling, I've got all these really cool cans. So let's take a look at another situation. We're just going to wander over here a little bit, and here's another one. Now this one's kind of really simplistic, and it's over the workbench. And what I did here was just simply, I had to put these in to support a shelf up above anyways. So I just nailed this into a 45-degree shelf, cut them kind of, just cut a long strip in this case, and I piled these up. And then of course, the same thing, plumbing, canvas accessory, fuses, electrical items, whatever. But, they're labeled, so it's really easy. Brad nails, if I need something, sandpaper even. I even store sandpaper in these crazy things. I love them. But for coffee and tools this week, I thought, I really need to show you guys some of the crazy stuff that I do when it comes to storing some tools or nuts and bolts or anything like that. So, okay, welcome back. So you took a look, you saw some of these little old, CD shelves. And like I said, this is the specific size that I bought. They measure 6 inches across. They're about 6 inches square. So they fit nicely in the old CD racks, And if you get a hold of some kind of custom CD rack, you can probably do it. If you really get kind of crazy, you could probably build one of these. And this one here, for example, is only 8 inches through. This way, it's about 32 inches in height and has 1/2-inch doweling. So you could lay your doweling out the same idea. Sort of think of it as a shelf that's going to be on a bit of an angle, and something like this piece back here is the stop, and you can just pile up your coffee cans, and inside the coffee cans, of course, you can store your screws, your washers, and all your little parts, and you keep them all sort of out of the weather, whatever, and each time you open the lid, you get the wonderful smell of coffee. Hey, I can't help that part. This is Thanksgiving week in the U.S., so I want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving, and we're all going to be out there shopping on Black Friday to find some more tools for the shop, of course. And hopefully next week will be episode 10. This was episode 9, and I was really planning on a rocking chair, so hopefully next week we're going to try to get to that rocking chair repair. We have to rebuild the seat. It'll be a pretty good little sophisticated job, and it should be some fun because we have to cut some curvature and everything in the lumber. In the meantime, I just thought I'd hand you guys a tip or an idea this week. A real simple way to help store stuff around the wood shop kind of thing. So super. Have a great weekend, everybody.